Hi, this is Chris Terrell with Everyday VBA, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Personal Workbook. Well, what is the Personal Workbook? The Personal Workbook is a workbook that you can open every time Excel opens. Now, it's actually a hidden workbook that you don't see on the front end, but you do see on the back end. The power of that is that you are able to write macros into that Personal Workbook, and you can use them on your local machine. It's really powerful. So we're going to go ahead and dig in, and I'm going to show you how to add the workbook. The easiest way to do this is if you go to Developer and you go to Record Macro, and we're going to set this to Personal Macro. Now, you'll notice that I've got my split screen going right now. So I've got my one workbook open. It has two sheets. And I have no other workbooks open in this instance of Excel. So I'm going to click OK, and you'll notice that it will actually create an additional workbook there for you. So I'm going to click OK, and there we have it. There is my additional workbook, and here's the code that I'm actually recording. Now you'll notice that it will record just like it has in the past, which is great. And I'm going to just click save just so I can show you where this file actually hangs out. Now this hangs out in the users, and then this is my name on my computer, app data roaming, Microsoft Excel, Excel start, and then there's the actual name of the workbook. And that's actually where that file is housed on really any machine. I think after XP has a different file, but most people aren't using XP anymore. So that's where that file is. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to show you that actually the macro will actually show up as macro 1. Now I'm going to delete it. Now I have my macro there, but I don't have any macros because I don't have any sub procedures. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a cool piece of code here, and I'm going to show you a link. So here's some code that I wrote. Here's a really good link. This guy's name is Ron DeBruyne. He has a really good site, and this explains basically what we're doing today. So if you have any questions, this will be in the link. It's also in the code. So if you ever have questions or get stuck, you are good to go. So what I've put in here is I've put in here three macros. So I've got one called hidden sheet, I've got one called very hidden sheet, and I've got one called unhide sheet. And I'm just going to show you what each one of these does. So if I click, there's three ways that I can do this. Well, there's two ways that I can do it now. We will be adding the third later. I can come in here and I can click F5 and it will run my macro. I can also hit F8 if I want to go through sheet by sheet. But really what this is going to do is it's going to hide my sheet. Now my sheet is hidden, and I can unhide it on the front end. Super simple. This very hidden, it is similar. I could actually come in here and run it from here if I wanted to run very hidden. I'm going to run that. It's similar. It hides the workbook, but if I come in and I try to unhide it, it's not there. Now you'll notice that it actually is there, and you'll notice that it is set to very hidden. That's pretty nice if you're basically sending out a workbook to someone and you've got back-end data that you don't want to share. That's a great way to just basically hide that from the end user. Now it can break some formulas, so there's some stuff you have to be concerned with, but it does work really well. And this unhide sheets, this will basically unhide any sheet that is available. So if you had a whole bunch of sheets that were hidden, we're running these. Run that one. We're gonna hide this one too. It's gonna be very hidden. I'm gonna run unhide sheet, and it will unhide every sheet that I have available. Now, a couple things. Now, because the Excel, the personal workbook is an Excel spreadsheet, you do have to make sure that you save it. And to do that, you can click Save here, and it will actually save that code in your personal workbook. And the nice thing is if you want to record macros, you can just record, and you can record a personal macro. I'm going to click OK. Now, since I have three different sub procedures in here, it's going to create an additional module. It will basically, whenever you record, oh, actually it didn't put it at the end, but if I recorded here, it's going to record that. I'm going to end, and then if I hit record again, macro 3, looks like these are going to the end. Now sometimes it'll create an additional module. I think it just depends on where you're at in the code. So now that we've got these macros in here, let's go ahead and stop recording here. Now that we've got these macros in here, I want to show you how to add these to your quick access toolbar. Your quick access toolbar is right here. We are going to click on that little drop down. We're going to go to more commands. We're going to drop this down to macros. You'll notice that all the personal macros are showing up, even the ones that I recorded. We're going to throw these in. We're going to go hide sheet, then we're going to go very hidden, and then we're going to go unhide. Now if you want to change the icon on these, you can just change these. I'm just going to pick colors for now. We're going to do that just to keep it simple. Again, you click modify, make this one red, make this one blue, and you can use any of these icons. I'm going to click OK, and you'll notice that when I click OK, these will actually pop up here. Now the nice thing about this, because it's in my personal workbook, and every time I open up Excel, this workbook's going to open, I actually have access to this code. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to hide this one. Right? It's hidden. It's not very hidden. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to make this very hidden, which means that when I click, I can unhide, but I'm only going to be able to unhide the one sheet that I set to hidden and not very hidden. And now I'm just going to click that, and it's going to open up all my workbooks. So that's a quick overview of the personal workbook. It really truly is the unseen workbook. It does have limitations, so if you write this and you have a personal workbook, it will not work on someone else's computer, but it will work on your computer though, and it is incredibly powerful. So I use a personal workbook a ton, and I really hope that you are able to use this and put some of your own code in there and use it as you'd like. Hope you enjoyed.